Today's gonna be a long one. No. As I thought, I could not stream yesterday. Shichatsu, a treasured Korean village heirloom whose name means seven-branch sword. And that I just butchered. It is said that this sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, the illusion is revealed, and the implicity of fate is finally laid bare. Blech. Really wish that wasn't automatic. Hey Nick. Yeah, what is it? You know I've got spiritual powers, unlike you. Sure, you are a spirit medium after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pally, you're up. Pals? So, that's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of our cult. Winter Spiritual Location Special. Oh, I was so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. I'll say. Sounds more like a scam to me. It's at a spiritual retreat called Asakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training. I definitely don't want to go. You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice, and the timing couldn't be better. Since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff. Huh? Me? Why do I have to go? Well, you have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. The only thing I can channel is a TV. Son, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way! How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the? What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This nun. she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl. It's... Yeah. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick? I'll go. Huh? I think we're a temple. I said I'll go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? You would walk over burning coals, right? Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple, but I just had to see for myself who this nun really was. It's so cold here, Nick. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's training. Teeth are chattering so loudly, it's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazakura temple. Barely. Hey, Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Oh, my. Thanks for coming all this way. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now, come on. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human... Well, we are high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I started... Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I am the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. Certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Reckless? Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all the trouble. Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please enjoy yourself. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh my, you don't even know that. Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what... Well, just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. Fucking auto-text. Ugh. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seems to envelop you. Wow, She must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is this special course? You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in that at such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Sister, about this picture. Well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Yeah. Unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris? The cute little gal in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? That kind of sounds Sorry to cut in, but... This Iris, where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? So she's in the inner temple, huh? The main hall. I think it's even colder in here. It's... Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice or gruel all the time? Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes. What a cute little acolyte. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello? Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too? Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... You're Miss Ellie's... Dioxnim. You're Miss Elise Dioxnim. Yes, that's right. You know of me. My name is Pal Faye. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Zavari, a fortune teller. I've got all your books, Miss Dioxnim. What a sweet thing to say, and please call me Elise. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author maybe? Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sorry I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? He calls himself Larice. Larice Duxenim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Larice's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise. Anything for you. Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow, I can't wait to read it. Pals is completely taken with her. I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So, is that why you're dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She is really a sweet lady. Well, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find one like that up here on the mountain, on this mountain. Good night, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, pal? Yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Also looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh yes, please take this. I think it will be of help to you. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? In a temple. There it is. On the other side of the bridge. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving. Where did Sister Bikini go? I guess she went to the inner temple to go help that other nun out. Alright, I think her name is Iris? Yeah, that was it. I have to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find. Wow, look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. It looks like it's flowing really fast, real fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump. It might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright. Anyway, sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. Ugh. Isn't there another way across? Whoa, that bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half the wood on the rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across that death trap. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes, that temple is in bad shape. It looks like it could collapse at any time. Guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kinda creepy around here, like a ghost might jump out at you or something. Spirit medium afraid of ghosts. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Man, look at this place. It's just a tiny freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh? What do you mean both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... Lily's just a little kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Excuse me, but who are you? You're... Hi there. We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? No. It's nothing. Wonder why she's spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? Not you too, Nick. My name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine. Oh, please excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. She sure is beautiful, and a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticrats like us. Nick? That girl. It can't be, but... Hanging scroll. Doesn't look like that. What is it? Why did you scream like that? This scroll. It's my mother. What? It's Misty Fey, the master of the Crane School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. My own mother. And I can't even recognize her face. Maya. That's all I need from there for now. We managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey you, wait up! I know who this is. Do you think he's yelling at us? He must be. There's no one else around. Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way. Hey, I know you. You're... Whoa, sorry, gotta run. See ya. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Maurice Duxonim. Liar, you're Larry. Your clothes may change, but you're still the butts. Shut up! I'm Maurice. And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusky Bridge. So, this really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. So what are you doing with the last name Duxonim? Well, I just wanted to start over again with a clean slate. Clean slate? You remember, don't you? Last time. The Master Mask case. After that I started to realise I don't like this guy known as Larry Barnes. And that's when I came across it. The Book of Destiny. The Book of Destiny? Do you mean... The Magic Bowl by Miss Elise Dixonim. So beautiful, so moving, so gentle. My heart felt cleansed. I was saved. Maybe I should buy a copy of the magic bottle. Wow, Larry. Wow, Larry would make a good book salesman. I really want to get that book now too. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'll follow her anywhere. Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady. You see, here's a photo I took of her in secret. Wow, that's a beautiful photo. You want a copy, don't you? It's okay, I just happen to have made an extra prints. Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. So tell the truth, you must have some kind of ulterior motive, right? What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women. Talk about a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book? Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart. That's why I'm asking, can you draw well enough to make a whole book? Now that you mention it, I wonder... Looks like you still have some doubt in your heart.
Sure I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended, and something else began.
Oh, Larry, it sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Elise Dixon.
No, you're wrong. It's not her. It's the other girl. The girl. Uh-oh. A bad feeling about this. Oh yeah, her. My little Iris.
She's really pretty.
This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her.
Yeah, you always like those model types, don't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you say you were swearing off woman?
Huh? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have. I have, basically, but Iris is different. I feel like I still have one chance left at the dream. This guy will never change.
Everyone! Hey, Pearly. Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. Alright. Can't wait to begin, Pearly. I'm going to go to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training. Boy, am I stuffed.
Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training?
Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm still worried about you. Well. Let's not dilly-dally, shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Iris, please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright? Yes, Sister Bikini. And then after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall. I understand, Sister Bikini.
Maya and Bikini really seem excited about this training thing tonight.
Well, pal, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? I'd love to.
How's is absolutely smitten with Miss Dixon. So, Harry, what are you going to do? Me? Well, I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at night. I totally hear you there.
Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this? It says, gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, okay. And what about this word? That's another tough one. It says roast.
What kind of a book is she reading anyway?
Well, I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise.
Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. Ugh, it's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Why couldn't the nearest bathroom be just a little closer to my room?
Mr. Wright?
Yeah. Oh, Miss Dixon, are you going to use the bathroom too?
No, but have you seen Pal?
No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to go to your room.
I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me.
Miss Elise Dixon, a woman as mysterious in her origins as her last name. But the real mysterious one is...
Oh.
That's Sister Iris.
Good evening.
The really mysterious one is this girl.
Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright?
I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her and maybe get some answers. You're Sister Iris, right?
Yes.
So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple?
I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home.
So you've never left?
Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini. I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were.
Ah, see, but didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in the IB University Literature Department?
No. I've never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need.
I see.
But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone too.
It's not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any Cyclops. So I guess that means she's not lying.
Please, don't stare at me like that.
What kind of a place is this anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that.
It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you.
Well, I have to admit it is a whole different world up here.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Huh?
Talking with dead people. Who does it help anyway? I hate it.
Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Is something wrong?
I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out.
I guess it's almost 10 now, huh?
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
If it's alright with you, I would like you to have this.
But this is your herd.
It has the power to protect you from evil spirits.
Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too.
I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night.
Wait a minute, Sister Iris.
Yes?
Just now you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you.
That's...
Sister Iris, please tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? Iris?
Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow?
So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. Ah! What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. That scream. Sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Miss Dixon in! I just stepped on something soft. Hey, don't step on my tummy like that. What are you doing lying there in the snow? I was passed out. What do you think? So that blood-curdling scream was you. Forget about that. Hurry up and call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right? Wait, you didn't bring it with? Oh, you're so useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. You've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. You don't hurry. Iris will. Iris will. It's further than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened too. Ah! Dusky Bridge! It's burning down! What the heck happened? What are you doing here? Ah! Oh, what is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name isn't Larry, it's Larice. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me, there's been a murder here at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But... Please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous. Nick, wait! I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Nick! I really don't do the screams. Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's planks snapped and gave way. As I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. I think this is Edgeworth. Who could that be at this time of night? Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up! It's an emergency! Oh, Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry! It's Larice! Larice Dixon in! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Oh, wait! Don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with a bad luck! He may already be dead! Anyway, you've got to come back! You're the only one that can help! My Iris! My beautiful Iris! She needs help! Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention centre! Please hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change.
Wait, Edgy, what took you so long?
I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet so I'd become as quickly as I could.
Oh, you should have chartered a faster one. Wait, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nickers, and Maya, and Iris. This bikini. Say something, Edgy.
Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author Miss Elise Duxinen. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest.
Yes, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris.
And here I was convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for.
What are you talking about?
They're things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other, he couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he?
I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her.
What did you just say?
You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway?
I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who...
Don't talk to me like I'm like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell.
But I
mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before.
How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay?
Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris's side of the story.
Sir Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Larice said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he was fine. Larry, you moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed.
Thank goodness.
But he's caught some kind of nasty cold.
Cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. And this woman, not like I've met her before. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple? Then,
I've committed some sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, why I continue to train, to purify my soul.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner and then went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened,
Frightened?
so I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder.
Yes,
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world?
is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The Cyclops. The Psychologs. Jeannie said that I need to present this maggot hammer item to do something. So, do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Duxinen?
No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those cycloid things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow, he asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why do you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He is a very dear and indispensable friend.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition.
Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise.
Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. It sure is cold, all right. So this is it. Dusky Bridge.
Oh wow! So, Mr. Edgeworth.
Detective Gumshoe.
A long time no see. It's been about a year. Or has it been longer?
It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here.
Oh, ouch. And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard.
I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir.
Gumshoe indeed. My gum on your shoe is impossible to get rid of.
I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty.
Great. Thank you, Detective.
I thought Prosecutor Godot was going to get here before me. But it's a real mystery, I tell you.
Prosecutor Godot. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case.
It's simple.
Well, simple as simple does, as they say.
Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
A witness?
Yeah, that bikini lady.
Bikini lady? Here, on this freezing cold mountain?
Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir.
I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. So, this is the bridge that Wright fell through.
Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap?
And, is there something on the other side?
Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir.
What?
Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some trading, and now they're stuck there.
Yes, I heard about that from Wright. It's my affair.
Oh no, her again. Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's going to be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir.
Will she be alright in this cold? Oh, how did this bridge burn down anyway?
But we're almost 100% sure it was lightning.
Lightning? You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning?
Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that. We got that information from the witness testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness?
Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
So, who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy.
What kind of man is he?
He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case?
You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh,
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
and what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something.
None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot myself.
Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet.
I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country.
What do you mean?
Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain one thing led to another, and
What kind of lame excuse is that? Do you call yourself a defense attorney? Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore.
Dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years, and your heart turns to sherbet.
I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her. Someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? Oh, what's wrong? Why are you so quiet?
To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent?
Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer.
I was right after all. I should never have come back.
No, don't worry. I'll see things for how they really are this time, honest.
I had a penny for every time he said that.
It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much, know what I mean?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry.
Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything.
Larry, where were you? Where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry?
What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it?
What?
Get lost. Get back on your giant jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die.
I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? As I suspected, psycho looks.
I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling?
Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this?
My name is Miles Edgeworth.
My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just...
Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini.
Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis.
If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy.
Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut.
My stomach is already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris?
Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night.
Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple.
She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that?
I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Well, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11 you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here?
The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps.
I'm starting to get goosebumps myself for a decidedly different reason.
Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
Must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. I got my tie.
I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see the criminal? Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So, you left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris then? I think I'd better try to get some more details. So, who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh, I don't like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister.
Maya has a little sister.
Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin.
Little... Oh?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back.
The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone?
As they say, the plot thickens.
There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack?
Well, it's me.
Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Looks like an old manila envelope.
Ah,
What is it, Detective?
this could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue.
I suppose I should read it myself, then.
Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. A super-duper prosecutor.
Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, Detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that non-Iris at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Got to make sure I don't link the prosecution's old investigation.
Don't worry about it, Detective. Just keep your mouth closed and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes, you do that, Detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years?
The victim is the famous picture book author Miss Elise Dixon. Her entire past up until she won that writing award last year is a total mystery.
hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that.
The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon.
The murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but there's one strange thing.
Yes?
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. Bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a two-story building.
A two-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Dukes and him were staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword. Now then, Detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far.
Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, they had none. Right after they finished dinner, she and my fate headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m, after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Sister Bikini herself in the main hall.
The inner temple, huh? Sounds... I'd like some more information about that place. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
No, not a thing.
Nothing?
The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
So the only thing there is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in.
Please be alright, Maya. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him. So they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumours are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Blech.
Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I've pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull.
So this is the sword from this gold statue. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon.
Sure is. It's called a
Shishitato.
Cannot say that bloody word.
Shichishato.
It's called a Shishitato. By the way, nasty piece of work, sir.
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood?
Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shishitato too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they match the prints we got from the young nun, the defendant.
The fingerprints are on the murder weapon.
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. What's this? Looks like a wizard's staff.
Well, that belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Dixon. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes? What?
Well, this is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this.
All right.
The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
And that's it. That's what you wanted to tell me.
Well, that's it.
The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about the fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims.
I don't see Larry anywhere.
But maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind.
And I've already told you everything that
Iris, please remember, I'm on your side. You can tell me anything.
Yes. Thank you.
I just finished speaking with the head nun of Asakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Dixon with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training in the Inner Temple, you were there as well.
What?
When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night.
But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night.
It looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand?
Yes, sir.
The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a hole, you write. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night?
Yes, I swear. I've already told you that.
Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened.
That's right.
If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
That's...
Well, Iris,
Why? Why are you glaring at me like that?
you were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But, Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Phoenix Wright.
Huh.
You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
A small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack,
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall. I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart?
Yes,
It looks as though I may have to visit this heavenly hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mysterious blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
yes, that's exactly right.
The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
It's pointless,
Why would you say that?
because I may know who Phoenix Wright is. But he has no idea who I am.
Oh, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though.
Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective.
Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself.
Shh. Be quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again.
Done that? What did you do, I wonder?
Hey, you! About what you just said, I got an objection. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat!
I'm sure you oaf.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting an objection. Then a loud commanding voice too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You watch too many trials.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this little shack anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. It's a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Which sounds a lot like my apartment then, there, pal.
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You gotta do this. You gotta save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth. Anyway, I made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm going to ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? Oh no, not yet, but I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagine that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
In my throat. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If you really want to know the answer to that, you're going to have to drag him out on the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you, and what were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? That kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay. Chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. You really want to know? Last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible?
Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realised that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk.
That was a bit too easy.
Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I've been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been snapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi.
And
then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire.
Dusky Bridge caught on fire. Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Hey, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth.
There are still 3 Psycho Rocks remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Where you say? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my own room, by the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What do you mean? There?
It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple.
What am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
Do you feel like talking now?
About what?
Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you?
You don't know that I wasn't in my room?
So where was Larry and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge from was here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hill. Heavenly Hall. Blech.
Why would I be hanging around in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute.
Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity after all? It's not that dark yet.
Uh-oh.
In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you have at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night?
That's what you might call a fair decor?
I think you mean a fair decor. Could it be that you were waiting for someone?
Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know?
I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry.
I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilling glare.
So, you think I got what answers for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing?
This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Here's your evidence. You caught her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that in any way?
That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh.
First of all, what's this letter? What's this at the top of the letter? It says, "Salutation here."
Oh, that's what it said in that book. Letter writing for dummies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, "Dear Iris."
I'm so sorry.
So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag, threatening a young lady like that. Wait, hold up. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break. It's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
And my love for her burned so hotly that it could melt all the snow on this mountain.
Oh. Then what is this secret you mentioned?
Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
All right. Then when did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope?
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Eesh. Then why are you so quick to apologise, pal? It's because Eddie gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on. Don't let it get you down. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it.
What do you mean, Detective?
Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. You really want to know? Last night, I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry?
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have all those rocks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? You hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. No. What's wrong, sir?
Does this mean I have to do it all over again?
Why are you glaring at me like that? Like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
I'm just about had it with this Harlequin. I really want to drag the truth out of him. I just have to drag him to the witness stand.
Oh my. Mr. Maurice feels that way about me?
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not, and in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Maurice is the witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first to take to the stand.
Sister Bikini.
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Anyway, I just wanted to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Duxenim, correct?
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well then.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
you are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? Your true identity is revealed.
Don't worry, I've made the necessary arrangements.
I see.
Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once.
Mr. Edgeworth,
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been entrusted.
very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecution has no confidence in their ability to prove their case.
It would seem that this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant.
The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Francesca von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma?
Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case.
You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss von Karma, do you have anything to say, eh?
There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't? But I'm sure once before in this courtroom.
I told you, there is no such weakling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. Bailiff, remove that whip, but,
I have no objection to the whip.
You don't?
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there is still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today.
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I'd expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the histrionic.
Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Oh.
The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss von Karma, please give an outline of this case. With as little whipping as possible.
The murder victim is the famed picture photographer Miss Elise Duxenim. Her body was found in the Hazakura temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture. Is this the weapon in question? Is the weapon in question correct? Blech. Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to this crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight.
If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Once again, your name and occupation, please. Lilomi. Well, I'm the head nun of Asakara Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Yep.
The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave this sanctuary at once.
You want me to leave?
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, eh? Cannot do the Canadian accent well.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hadakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I'd finished, just as I was headed back, that's when I saw it.
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple?
Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
There is only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you are not about to fail at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. What is this inner temple?
Well, you see, conversing with the spirits is what we train people to do, right?
We'll be the ones asking you the questions, madam.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It's all quite exciting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor watching to make sure a spoiled child studies.
A tutor with a whip in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple where the murder took place? Violently?
That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and fork during the cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right. Raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was going to finally finish me off.
You left Iris to help with what?
What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 PM, so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper.
Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolyte, so that they don't pass away.
Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions.
So you returned to the Hazakura temple in order to take a bath.
My back is to blame for everything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is going to be, where exactly did you wash? This is why you have to watch the young ones.
What are you going on about?
Pathetic Miles Edgeworth.
The lowest of the low.
Is there some sort of kick-me sign stuck to the defence's bench?
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for too long, you understand, so...
The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case.
That certainly does seem to be true.
There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all.
Well. Don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple.
In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No, she said that. The defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make up for a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes.
All people lie. It is my belief.
Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means you must call your memory into question.
Dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you?
Well, that isn't exactly what I...
My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then please add your comments about Iris. Then please add your comments about Iris to your testimony. Let us return to the cross-examination.
See. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner.
Are you sure that you're not making a mistake?
You, young man, You need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake.
An excellent finish there, witness. Still, I have to wonder. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met, she was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood.
Well.
It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the court!
Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh?
Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned.
Then this is quite strange.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? Whilst I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation.
I finished my bath around 11 and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
You saw a truly truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth into in court, and me seeing it all clear from this very chair. Well, something like that, eh? This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? How far is it from your room to the inner temple?
Let me think a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple. The inner temple is just beyond the bridge. Still, you never made it back there that night, did you? That's right. I was headed along the walkway toward the main hall.
You say you heard a noise.
Thump, just like that. That could only be the sound of the victim falling. It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump, just like that.
Then, wouldn't this noise you heard have been snow falling to the ground?
I never thought of that. The next one to laugh gets a whipping. Well, whatever the source of the sound, I looked over at the courtyard and...
This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant, but some doubt remains in those claims.
Hey, just what does that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to...
The murderer who stabbed the victim with a sword. Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw as clearly as you can.
Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that has been bugging me all this time.
Please, don't keep us in suspense.
A hood. A hood? That's right, it's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing a hood. I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right? Oof. Huh? You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important? Sure. This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Nor I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you need only to ask. I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Witness, add that statement to your testimony.
No problem. Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on.
You are sure about that?
Yes, after all, we always wear the same clothes. I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out. Like me holding a whippet puppy instead of my whip.
At least then it might bite you and not someone else.
Iris didn't have her hood on, I'm sure of it.
Very well. Please tell us about the victim, eh? The room the victim was staying in overlooked the courtyard, correct? Which means the victim's room was on the second floor.
No, Hazakura Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate side of the temple, the guest rooms in the back, to about the height of a two-story building.
I see. The victim was staying in one of those elevated rooms, correct?
Yes. I should know, I'm the one who carried her things to her room after all.
What makes you so sure of all this?
It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Just like that. You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
It appears that the witness was not mistaken then.
Yep. I'm more than just a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple.
There's only one or two of them working there.
What's wrong, Hazedrev? No snippy comeback remark?
Doesn't feel like she is lying. This is a very powerful testimony too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only two things I can believe in right now. My client Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. I, however, am unfortunately in a bit of a pickle. Wanted to get to a halfway point at least, but I do not have time today. So I will do 2 streams tomorrow, because I'll break halfway through for lunch and to rest my voice a bit. But we will be finishing this tomorrow. It's an odd place to end off, but I have to. So for now, yeah. Some things to sort out as well. Yeah, anyway, for now though, it will have to be ending. So, bye!